So, what's the problem? We were posed with the question, is it possible to throw a cricket ball over a house, run through, and catch it on the other side? Our aim is to test whether this is plausible, and what factors will come into play. For our basic model, we have assumed that the average height of a man is 180 centimeters, and that the thrower will catch the ball at the same height at which he throws it. Including this, we are also assuming that the man runs at an average speed of 8 meters per second. Additionally, we have assumed that the cricket ball is a particle, meaning there is no air resistance acting on the ball. We are also assuming that the house has 2 stories and with a height of 11 meters at the highest point and 9 meters for the edges. Taking into account the height of the thrower and the height at which they release the ball, we subtracted 2 meters from these values. Then, we developed a more realistic model where we are factoring in the optimum distance at which the person must stand from the house and calculated the angles at which it would work. The trajectory of the ball can be modelled by a parabola, as shown. Here shows the general properties of the model. Using Newton's second law, we deduce the horizontal and vertical components of acceleration. Here shows the initial conditions. In order to model the x and y components, we split the velocity separately in terms of horizontal and vertical. Since the horizontal acceleration is naught, we can use this to find the velocity and displacement through integration. Similarly, the vertical acceleration is just gravity, so through integration we can find the velocity and displacement once more. Following this, we substituted t in terms of x into the y equation to get a quadratic, i.e., the parabola on which the particle's trajectory is based. We then arranged the equation into a quadratic of tan theta. We subbed in our x and y values and calculated the optimum angles of throwing. We continued our calculation with the angle 75 degrees. We then subbed in our angle with the relevant values of x to test if the ball would clear the house. The calculations proved that it did. We then subbed in y equals 0 to determine the total horizontal displacement, i.e. how far the man would need to run, and calculated the total time the ball is airborne. Considering these results, the man would have to run at an average speed of 7.8 meters per second. Based on the average running speed, which we outlined at the beginning, we have determined that this is possible. Yes! To prove this, watch Jake in action.
Run it up! There we go!